I'm here on Friday afternoon, and it's the Tea Party, John Justice, Fox News instigated Dump Dupnik Rally, supported by a right-wing talk show host from Utah who has started a recall against Clarence Dupnik, our Pima County Sheriff. And so quite a few people out here by the Sheriff's office at on Benson Highway. There's also a protest rally. According to the right-wing talk show host from Utah, the main reason they're after Dupnik is because of what he said after Gabrielle Giffords was shot. But in reality, this is all about SB 1070 because Dupnik came out against it. And so we have quite a few people here. There's different signs, lots of flags. It's a wide view of the protest today, the protest and the counter-protest. It's about 50-50, I think. Down here at the far end are the people who are supporting Clarence Dupnik, and then up here at the south end, including a few people across the street, are the people who are against him. Anyway, everything's very quiet. It's a very calm day. The police are out here keeping everything quiet. I think that there was some concern that there might be not be quiet, but it's very good. But there's a lot of strong opinions. There's some more signs, more pro-Dupnik. From across the street, it kind of looked like it was one giant rally, but there are actually a lot of people out here in support of Clarence Dupnik. And if I had another hand, I would have a sign. I think we should have him for mayor. You know, we need more. We need more politicians with guts. Here's somebody from the Pima County Tea Party Patriots. A group that started up locally right after SB 1070 came into effect in July of 2010. Primarily, their issue is immigration, not to be confused with the Tucson Tea Party, which is different. They're one of the backers of this. It's another anti-sign. Sign has decided to misspell Clarence's name and make fun of him. And they are supposed to be outraged by his language. It's pretty funny. This one also makes fun of Clarence Dupnik. So, sir, if you were upset with what Clarence said on after Gabrielle was shot, how come your sign is basically what he was complaining about? Vitriol and hatred, right?
I don't see any vitriol.
Dumb? Isn't that name calling?
No, that's stating a fact. He is dumb. Anybody that would be an elected law enforcement official to get on television and do what he did is dumb.
So what did he say?
What did he say?
Yeah, what did he say?
Well, I can't quote him verbatim, but I'm sure you heard it.
I did hear it. Did you watch it?
I've watched it many times.
Okay, well, what he said was he didn't like hate speech, and what you have right here on your sign.
I don't care what he likes. That's not his job to tell me what he likes. His job is to enforce the law.
Yes.
And there's no law against telling him he's dumb, which he is.
I think
he's uninformed, he's a politicized, he's nonsensical, he's ignorant, and he's a kook.
And this is not hate speech.
No! Does this sound like hate speech?
No.
No.
Unfortunately, we have an entire political party in this country that is being supported by that type of rhetoric, by that type of fear, by that type of misinformation. And people like Senator John McCain and Senator Kyle need to take an honest look at what they've been doing and how they've been getting elected and what sort of institutions have been set up to keep them where they are, and what the effects of those institutions have been on their constituents.
Yeah, it seems like the little tiny glimmer of civility is already gone, right?
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily just about civility. You know, you can say a lot of things with a lot of different types of tones, but when you have people like Glenn Beck going on television and accusing the U.S. government of what amounts to treason during wartime, you are encouraging people to take extreme and violent actions.
So you think that Clarence Dupnik called Arizona prejudiced and bigoted?
Well, he did.
So you don't think that SB 1070 is prejudiced and bigoted?
No, not at all.
I'm not addressing that right now, but he
Yeah, you
got
guys
on
are.
national television 2 hours after the shooting and said Arizona was a mecca for bigotry and prejudice.
Yeah, and so we have the anchor baby law, we have SB 1070, we have birther bills against our black president. You don't think that there's bigotry behind any of that?
I'm addressing one issue at a time.
That's right.
And this is the issue I'm addressing.
No, you know what?
Sheriff Dupnik.
So
and what he said and what he shouldn't have said.
Okay, but
that's all I'm saying.
The group behind the recall, you know that they are a anti-immigrant group, right?
Anti-immigrant or illegal immigrant?
Illegal. There's a big difference.
There's a big difference between anti-immigrant and illegal immigrant.
They're
lady.
Not immigrants, they're aliens.
That's right, they're criminals.
It is. Any guys want to say why you're supporting Clarence Dupnik today?
Seems like what he did, from my perspective, on what he said on January 8th was right. And I have people he's got right to say. I agree with him.
Hey, Sal.
Thanks. Anybody else?
He's an honest man that supports the feelings of most Tucsonans.
Oh, I think so too.
Community.
He was speaking from the heart, in my opinion, and it's like, why can't he speak from the heart?
Absolutely. He had a horrific experience losing all those people. And he has emotions. He's a human being.
I'm wondering if you guys believe in freedom of speech.
Absolutely.
So, does Clarence Dupnik have freedom of speech?
Absolutely. Yes, he does.
So then, why are you out here on the con side?
Because he's a moron.
But he's allowed to have freedom of speech, right?
I'm not here because of his freedom of speech.
Why are you here?
The reason I'm here is that when SB 1070 was working its way through the court, and he made the statement that he would not enforce that law. It is not the right of a law enforcement officer or any police officer to selectively choose which laws he will and will not enforce. As soon as he said that, he demonstrated himself unfit to be a police officer.
Okay, so I have a question. I think that one of his points was that the Arizona legislature did not give any local law enforcement the funds to enforce that law. It was an unfunded mandate.
All laws
are unfunded mandates.
No, that's not true. They usually have some sort of funding for additional police officers. One of his points was that he would have to take officers away from other duties in order to do basically what is a federal job.
That was just on his part.
So you believe
already doing the same thing.
You believe there was funding attached to SB 1070?
Yes, it's called taxes.
Yes.
He's a moron. He doesn't know what he's talking about. There's no extra duties that would be required. When you do a traffic stop, then you check and see, are they here legally?
And then what do you do with them? You have to lock them up, right? So that's extra taxes right there.
You turn them right over to the Border Patrol, and it's their duty to take
There's no administrative cost to handling a prisoner, is what you're saying.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, there is.
Law, there are administrative costs.
So
there's a speeding. Someone speeding down the road. There's still a cost involved. It's still a law. It doesn't matter how many laws you have. You're still going to have to follow those laws.
So if your boss gives you another task, you're not going to ask him for more money. It's just a part of your job.
Absolutely. I'd say give me more money, more employees, no problem. If the workload becomes that increased.
Right. Well, I think that was one of his points, was that the workload was increased.
Well, then it needs to go to the state legislature and say, give us more money.
Well, I believe he and Villasenor from Tucson actually did that.
I'm supporting Clarence Dupnik today because
he used his position in the community and his I guess visibility to say basically what we've all been saying, and to say what we're all thinking, and to take a strong stand against the hate and racism that's destroying our state, that's inspired all these acts of violence, the act of violence that we saw at Safeway with Congresswoman Giffords, Christina Green, the act of violence that saw the Minutemen kill 9-year-old Cristina Flores in her home, the act of violence that saw 17-year-old Randes Barron Torres murdered on the border, everything that's going on, families being broken up, kids being torn from their mothers and fathers, this climate of hate and violence that it's polarizing our state. It's dividing us, it's destroying us, it's trying to pit us against each other. And he took his opportunity to speak from his heart and to say what I think all of us feel.
A usted no le importa de dónde soy, yo soy estadounidense, no soy, yo vine legalmente a este país y yo me hice ciudadana legalmente.
Time out.